I'm gonna make it out now.
So who here has like fear of singing?
That's I do, honestly.
What?
Truthfully, I swear I'm not just being like, I don't like singing. I really do. I'm so
It's super
uncomfortable.
vulnerable.
I don't like my happy space is like playing, and then the singing part is very like if just singing without this, I can't do it. I hate it.
Yeah,
I'll
I
do
remember
it,
on
but
my
I fucking
birthday
hate
you were
it.
like really uncomfortable.
Yeah, very.
Totally.
Like this is my it's like my shield being sitting behind this thing, you know, for me. But
That makes
so
sense.
me, I'm uncomfortable
So
singing.
how would you get out of it?
You don't. I think like performing for me is always like a blackout. Like every show, it's very much, and I think with this, it's very much you just get in that zone, which I'm sure where it's like all of a sudden you come to and it's like it's over and it's happened, so you're not thinking about it. And I think when you're really in it, I don't think about it. But if it's just like, hey, sing for me, it's like.
You're like,
Man, don't want to do that, you know. And I don't know if for me, if that's like, if I need to do, if I should get more comfortable with just singing without having this. But this is like this to me feels like, oh, I can do anything when I'm behind this. But if it's gone, I'm very
It's like
vulnerable.
exposed
Yeah,
feeling.
I feel way more exposed and uncomfortable. My earliest memory of music is listening to my dad play piano. My dad also plays and sings, not professionally, but just for fun. But we had this little upright, and I remember just always him sitting down playing Billy Joel and Elton John, and me just watching him, sitting by him on the bench, watching his hands. That's probably my earliest memory of music. I never had thought that I would ever do it myself, but that was my first exposure to hearing, you know, live music as a kid. He is somebody I look up to, but musically used to be like, wow. Like I remember when I first heard him sing, I was like, I can't believe my dad. I was like blown away by how he sounded, because he's got a great voice. And I was like, I want it. Like, nobody's better than him. I can, you know. Well, it was amazing. It was like the first time I remember seeing him sing in public. It was like karaoke too, but it was like a bunch of people, and I heard him sing. I was like, what the fuck? I was like a little kid. I was like, that's possible. Yeah, it was crazy, and it put him on this pedestal. And then as I got into music and got really into it, and then started, you know, practicing all the time, and got, you know, training and practicing and getting better and better. You know, my dad was never trained properly, and he never did it professionally. So now when I got to the point of surpassing him musically on that level, I feel like it made things a little more freer for us, because now we're at the point where he asks me, like, how do you do that? How do you play this? And so I'm able to sit with him and show him, or like, we have a lot of similar taste in music, because my taste comes from, for whatever reason, I love all the music my dad loves. And so, you know, we'll play a lot of the same cover songs. He'll sit and be like, how do you play that? And I'll show him, or I'll be like, yeah, you know, you should play this because this is good for you. I think you sound really good singing it. So we've got a really good relationship at that point. But it's been interesting since now I'm doing it, you know, as my full-time life passioning and goal. It's that constant feeling of it never being good enough, you know. And I don't know where that comes from, but it's this feeling of never quite there. It's like always just never there. And as you get better, it's like that bar keeps going up. So you're never where you want to be. It's always like just below it, just grasping to try to get better. I don't know where that comes from, but I've just known that I've been that way my whole life. Always never feeling like feeling like I can do anything. It's always this feeling of like, oh, I can do that. Have to commit 100%, but never good enough. Never there. Never as good as I want to be. I've learned how to deal with it more over the years, and it's definitely been, you know, there's been a lot of positives to it. It's given me the fuel that I need to keep going, because I constantly want to get better at my craft. But it's also, I've been way too hard on myself, that I found, and I'm learning how to deal with that, and how to not be, and how to love myself more and not be so hard on myself, and learn that this is a lifelong process, which I've known. I've never done this because I've wanted fame or people to, even attention, because I mean, maybe I do like attention. Maybe there's a part, you know, there's a part of me that I think deep down there's a part of me that's like, I want everybody to watch me, but there's also this thing where I think I'm just obsessed with the idea of getting better at something, of finding potential. You know, like, what is your potential? That to me is something that, like, I just have always been just so, like, tunnel vision with. It was like, okay, when I felt like, when this clicked with me, and it was like, that was it. Nothing else existed in my life. I was 16. It was like, nothing else matters. Piano, writing, done. That's it. Yeah. Don't care about anything else. And, you know, that helped me, but it also hurt in a lot of ways too. I mean, you know, you miss out on things and you're really hard on yourself, but I'm learning, I think, as I, you know, as time goes on, I'm learning how to cope with, you know, maybe not being so hard on myself and just trying to enjoy the process. If I could look back at myself and say something, I think I wouldn't change a thing at all, but I think I would tell myself, don't take things so seriously. You know, I think my biggest hurdle still is taking things so seriously. Like, this was so serious to me. It was everything. It was like, you know, it just, there was nothing else mattered. And I probably would look back and be like, chill out, man. Like, a little bit. Like, it's important to you and you love it, but, you know, you don't have to kill yourself over, and you don't have to be so hard on yourself. But I wouldn't change anything. I just would, if I could talk to myself, I'd try to relax myself a bit. And I'd like future me to tell myself that now too, you know, because there's still, you know, there's still parts of me that I can't get rid of that anxiety of not feeling like I'm doing enough still. But getting better. I think every year is a little better.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. Well, question that I always like asking musicians when I'm seeing and interviewing them at concerts. What would you say your spirit animal is, or since I'm a big Harry Potter fan, what would your Patronus be? Oh
my gosh, my Patronus would be. I want to be like a little baby cub, like a little Simba.
Oh my God.
Why?
I don't know, just cute.
All right, follow up.
Because there's so much potential there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like you're ready to go for it, but also you're loved. You want to be loved and you want to love, you know. But also it's like, if I didn't want to do some shit, you know, without actually killing anybody, you know.
You just can't wait to can't.
Yeah, right.
Follow-up question: what would your sexual spirit animal be?
Not a baby cub. maybe a grown-up cub. Yeah.
But still a cub.
A grown-ass cub.
Teenage
Still,
cub.
yeah. This is the first single off my EP, and it's called Wired. I wrote this song about my love of solitude and how me wanting to be alone is in no way a reflection of how I feel for somebody, or you know what I mean, like I have a great time being here, and then at the end of the night sometimes I just want to be by myself watching some Game of Thrones. That's it. Got a lover says I'm more like a ghost, cause some days I see her, but most days I don't know, no. I don't mean to hurt. Is it wrong spending half of my time all alone? I can't help that it feels so right, oh no. Cause that's so absurd. Even though we have a hell of a time, I'd rather be on my own tonight. Get up now, turn around, I'd love to have a reason to say that you are a desire. Well, a low blow, I know it's not personal, it's just the way that I'm wired. On and on, on and on, on and on. I may be young, but I can understand how we work. I don't need no one to hold my hand. I think I'm doing just fine. Yeah. And I can see that I'm letting her down, cause she wants what I got, but I'm not into letting it go right now. Cause that's such a crime. Even though we have a hell of a time, I'd rather be on my own tonight. Get up now, turn around, I'd love to have a reason to say that you are a desire. What a low blow, I know it's not personal, it's just the way that I'm wired. Hey. Maybe I will be this way till my dying day. That's okay. Hey. Even though we have a hell of a time, I'd rather be on my own tonight. Hate to say it, but I'm better off alone. Get up now, turn around, I love to have a reason to say that you are all I desire. But a low blow, I know it's not personal, it's just the way that I'm wired. On and on, on and on, on and on, on and on, na 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 na.
I got fucking goosebumps.
yeah.
That was amazing.
Hey,
So
is this
good.
the first time you've heard microphone?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
welcome
my
to the
God.
club.
Tell us your
experience.
I have goosebumps. I'm not kidding.
Gotta love her, says more like a ghost, cause some days I see her, but most days I don't know, no. And I don't mean to hurt. On and on, and I can see that I'm letting her down, cause she wants what I got, but I'm not into letting it go right now. Is that such a crime? On and on, na 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 na.
We want to make sure that you're completely unblocked, and the way to unblock people who are forefronts of creative pursuits are people like you, who let people like us feel less than ordinary. And I think we have a lot of love to give in this apartment right now, and we want to give you some of that, and each person wants to give you something.
This is good for me, learning to accept some love,
Learning to
Yeah.
receive the
which
love.
is usually, it's like,
I hear you say a lot that you struggle with feeling like you're like not good enough. I feel like that was a theme when you were talking today. I feel like in terms of like friendship and being there for people, it's a thing that as your friend, I feel really seen by you. And you're one of the men in my life where like I can be with you and share really hard things that I'm struggling with and cry with you and be up with you until like 2 a.m. when even Dennis has gone to bed and we're still talking to each other. And I think that's really special. And that speaks to, I think, how in touch with your feelings you are and how empathetic you are and just like that you want other people to feel loved and appreciated. And I think that's really special.
For being so extraordinary, and I can totally resonate with you when you're behind the piano. It felt so safe, right? And so thank you for sharing that part. And because your voice is so incredible, so I can't wait to get to know you more, and I can't wait to see you up on the stage more, and let us say like, I know that guy.
I can't wait to get to know you more as well.
Morning. I was feeling a little tired, like low energy, more in my cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
But when the first time you played your song, like behind that piano, the energy that you like brought out, that just like came out of you, the way you were moving on the piano, and you like stood up at a certain point because you couldn't keep it contained in you. That was infectious. That was so fucking infectious. That just like, I don't know what it did to me. That just like woke me the fuck up. Like, it was insane. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm really happy to hear that.
I really did have goosebumps, like from here all the way up back, and then when everyone was like, oh, like show us your goosebumps, I got all little embarrassed and they all went away.
You're fucking dope. Thanks, man.
That's dope as you. That's cute either. I just want to say I love you.
I love you.
Now, give me your heart. So, I'm casting a spell on you right now, all right?
Oh my god, yeah. I'm ready.
All right. 1. May you be free of suffering. May you be free of ill will. May you be filled with love. May you be truly happy. And one last part. I'm a bit of a prophet, so I see the future.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to find out what makes you feel good enough. And it's going to be amazing. And I want you to hit me up when you find it.
Yeah, man. I will.
And you just bring all this wizardry into the room. Like, I know that I feel like I've been calling you a piano wizard, like, since I met you. But you start playing and, like, I see the room stop and time stop for people. And they just get to really marinate in the melodies. And you're one of those performers and people who just bring such incredible, like, gifts and skills to the world in music, and all you're doing and like tug at people's heartstrings. And I love getting to see that because, like, you know, you were on your journey. I think you had maybe just graduated from Hofstra and found yourself at Open Brain in the early stages. It's been so cool to like be coming up on this journey with you and see, you know, the conversations we have when we're like, we're struggling, we don't know what we're doing, like we're afraid of anything, and you just go out and you get it and do it, and you just are constantly reaching past the moon, past the stars. Like, you're your own supernova. And I think it's a testament to all the people that are around you, and I hope you're feeling all that love that we want to just, you know, bring to you, and it's at the forefront of your mind. Like, no matter where you go, you have like so many #1 fans in the room.
You bring this warmth and care to every room that you walk in. There's no airs. Someone who's so talented like you have no airs about you. And that I find is the most magical quality on people who have talent, is to make other people who are not that talented feel on the same par as you. The fact that we could sing along and you didn't make me feel
That
like,
was
oh,
beautiful.
you suck.
That was
I
beautiful.
was like, yes, I'm so awesome. Thank you. Thank you for
you.
upping our creativity just today even. So what I'd like to offer you is like a few seconds of presence and love, and maybe we could just do a little bit of meditation where we just like hold our presence for you, and for once wish that, give you a space that you can really fill yourself up with love. Request you all to close your eyes, take a deep breath, breathe in through your nose, hold your breath, expand your heart, sit up straight, breathe out gently, let go of all the stress, all the tension, and connect with your flow state, your heart, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, whatever you think is your core, the core where you produce such beautiful magic, the passion, your real reality that you want to expand and bring more into the world. Step into that part of you. And as you step into that part of you, allow yourself to receive from each and every single person around you. Think of whatever it is that you need to let go of, that belief system, narrative, memory that feels still charged up. We're going to let go of it right now using this last breath. Breathe in, hold your breath, and breathe out. Yeah.
Oh, I have so much more energy. I'm satisfied by this delicious meal we had. The energy in here is amazing, and I feel amazing. I feel great.
Yeah, you
I feel great.
You deserve it!
What is one thing that advice you would have to people who are not creative, who are not pursuing creative fields, but want to get into this place?
Oh, into this feeling?
Yes.
Just find what you love to do. Be around people that you love. Find what you love. Love? Is that the answer? It's love. That's it. That's it. That was the answer. That's the first time anybody's ever said that. I think I came up with that.
Give it up one more time for Michael Anthony Tedesco!